In this shithole of economy that we are in right now, burning my money has been one of the most greatest use of my time. And what greater ways to burn your money than to gamble? It feels really liberating, you know? Is gambling taxable? For all of my life, I've been completely scared of casinos because of their reputation to completely wreck the financials of a person in a matter of seconds. But for some reason, when you put those same mechanics and put a hot PNG in front, suddenly my brain goes haywire and I'm like, oh, this is not gambling at all. This is awesome. I've played my fair share of Gatcha games, and out of all of them, Honkai Star Rail has to be probably my favorite one of them, because at least that one, for a time, till at least I guess like end of 2.0, I at least somewhat cared about the story. Now I'm kinda, for a lot of these like Gacha games, I lose steam with the games because it just feels pointless. The first year when playing a Gacha game, it's like the honeymoon phase, because you're just having fun. Sometimes you don't really mind doing the dailies. You're just enjoying some aspects of the story. Though I'm actually a story skipper when it comes to Gacha games, because as of yet, I don't there's not a single Gacha story that has really made me care. I don't like how the story is presented in most Gacha game, because it feels like you're interrupting the gameplay too much. It feels way too awkward. A lot of the story in these Gacha games feels more like a chore, which there's some Gacha stories that aren't too bad. I installed Fate Grand Order because I like the Fate anime, but then 10 minutes in I immediately uninstalled because I was like, nah, I don't feel like smoking crack cocaine right now. I feel like there's a better use of my time. But for these Gacha games, gambling, honestly, I feel it's a bit strange how like accepted it is. Because in like early 2010s to like 15, there was so much like push to like remove loot boxes out of games like Overwatch and EA games because of these like gambling mechanics. Because I understand people would prefer to just buy an item right off instead of like gambling it. But also, why is there so many of these Gacha games allowed to just exist? The free to play versus whale arguments in these like Gacha games, honestly, I don't really care that much. I'm not really that invested on like any side, because at the end of the day it's PvE games. You're not playing against other players. It's like whatever. It's not like you get any gameplay advantages. Gambling as a concept, gambling is part of like everywhere in life. Literally, where you're born in life is technically a gamble. You could have a future to be the best freaking scientist or astronaut, or I don't fucking know, but depending on where you live, maybe you not even get the opportunity. Gambling isn't technically evil, you know? It's just a form that we entertain ourselves. I don't really hate it. I just don't encourage it, because it's so easy to just get lost into it, because you press another and you're like, let's do another one, let's do another one, let's do another one. Because you have like a loser's mentality. Only winners get, even though there's like no controllable variables. Just like you don't really care about that shit. But in Gacha games, honestly, it's surprising how like accessible these games are. I feel like it's good that there's like a free-to-play version for these like Gacha games, because at least it gives an option to those people that don't want to whale and spend a lot of money. But also, I feel like these free-to-play like arguments are more for like children without jobs, as opposed to just being an adult with a freaking job. For me, it depends on like pricing, because I feel like I disagree a lot with like the pricing that these Gacha games have. A lot of the time, just to guarantee for a 5-star character for a lot of these like Gacha games, you're gonna spend at least like $200, and it doesn't even need to be the one that you want actually, because you could like lose that. I'm kind of happy that I don't play any more Gacha games as much as I used to. I'm Gacha free, because I remember when COVID started and Genshin Impact was first released. I remember people being so angry that it was copying and stealing so many aspects of the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. But hey, I look at the game freaking 5 years later, the game is like a juggernaut. You see Genshin Impact merchandise in every single convention that you see, which it's a bit annoying sometimes, because sometimes you want to see other stuff. But man, I wonder how long will Genshin Impact stay relevant. I feel like gacha games are this like generation's version of MMOs. Cause you hear way older people talking about them sinking so many hours into these freaking super giant worlds, and you're like, cool, I guess. What do you have to show for yourself? And you're like, I have this 30% crit rate sword to show for it. That's totally worth it. Honestly, I would prefer a lot more if these gacha games, if you could just buy the character that you wanted. But at the same time, the gambling is what brings you. It's like a sick, twisted thing. Because the gambling is also part of the reason why you care so much for the game. Because you felt like you earned that. But after like a couple of days later, when that rush of serotonin is not there anymore from that new character, you don't really care about it anymore. If you ever catch me at freaking like Vegas casinos, you better hold me by my 4 limbs, lock my bank account away, cause I'm scared of what may happen to it if you leave me unattended to it.
Hey,
also, if you get scammed by a fucking cryptocurrency, it's 100% your fault. I do not care. We've heard about all these crypto scams for so long, and you're still falling for that fucking shit. In conclusion, gambling is fine if it's only for Black Swan.